Recently, my son made the All-Stars baseball team for our area, which means tournaments in June in the South. Can you say hot? Let me set the scene for you. It's over 100 degrees on the field with the heat index, and my son is the catcher. So go ahead and tack on, I don't know how many more degrees, but at those temps, let's just say that heat injuries are a very real possibility. So I'm checking in with my little dude every single time that he comes off the field. I'm making eye contact with him in the dugout to make sure that he's hydrating, and I'm grabbing his attention each time he takes the field from my favorite position right behind the plate to ask if he's doing okay. Seriously, he was a good sport, but getting a little annoyed with mom hovering. And listen, I'm not a hoverer, but in the right setting, I definitely am. And that was that setting. So my kid makes it through the game. He feels great, but we get to the car and suddenly I'm not feeling quite right. I may have become a little dehydrated during the game. Yeah, that happened. I'm all over my kid, making sure that he's taken care of. And meanwhile, I'm sipping water, but clearly not nearly enough, not as much as that I needed. So here's the thing. Caring for others comes naturally to so many of us, but self-care has to be intentional. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of responsibilities and forget to take care of yourself. Now, this is not a do as I say, not as I do moment. I do try to practice self-care every single day, but it is to drive home the point that when life is busy, the first thing to be overlooked is caring for yourself. There's this sense of obligation to make sure that everything that needs to be taken care of is handled. And we get great at doing that, but there's very seldom an outside reminder to take care of you. So it gets forgotten in the chaos. So let me halt here for a moment and remind you to take care of you. Now let's dive deeper into this topic because I know that you can relate. You're balancing work, family, plethora of other responsibilities, and it's easy to put yourself on the back burner. Let's talk about why that should never be the case. If this is sounding familiar to you so far, hit that like button and let me know. Now I have a handful of key takeaways that I hope that you will take with you today. So the first one is to prioritize hydration, because why not? It's the top of our minds right now, right? Always ensure that you're hydrating as much as you're reminding your loved ones to, and not just during the summer, but all year round. Hydration is essential for our bodies, our minds, our skin, and pretty well everything about us depends on being properly hydrated. So something like just keeping a pretty or colorful water bottle nearby can be a good reminder, or you can make it a fun challenge to refill it multiple times a day. Now, the second thing I want you to take away with you today is to set reminders for your self-care. So don't just try to remember. Use alarms or apps that can help you to remember to take breaks, to drink water, to check in with yourself and all of your needs. So simple things like a 5-minute stretch or a quick walk can make a huge difference. Think of these moments as little mini vacations for your mind and body. Now, the third thing is to model self-care. So show your children that taking care of yourself is just as important as taking care of them. When they learn by watching you, and they see you making yourself a priority, they will understand its importance. It's not just about setting an example, though. It's about creating a whole family culture that values well-being for everybody in the family. Number 4 is to create a self-care routine. Establish a daily routine that includes activities that are just for you. So it could be reading a book, it could be meditating, taking a walk. Make sure that you have time set aside every single day for that self-care. Now, how do you find the time to schedule self-care in your already busy day? Well, let me ask you. Leave a comment below. Tell me your best tips for creating a self-care routine that works for you. And if you have any questions about prioritizing self-care, leave those as well and I will answer them. Also, really important to note is that self-care shouldn't just be slid into your schedule whenever you have a moment and happen to remember and aren't too tired to make the effort. My advice would be to intentionally schedule that self-care into your day. Now, think of these planned self-care moments as your base hits in the game of life. Yeah, I know, I went there. But don't stop there. Be on the lookout for those unexpected opportunities to steal an extra moment of self-care. Now, when you spot an opening in your day, slide that self-care in there. And then by combining the intentional self-care that you've scheduled, along with all those little surprise steals that you've gotten, you're going to rack up an opportunity to really rejuvenate throughout the day. All right, number 5 is to seek support. Don't be afraid to ask for help. So whether it's your partner, friend, community group, having a support system can help you manage your responsibilities and ensure that you do have that time for yourself. So remember, asking for help is a strength. It's not a weakness, as so many people seem to think. Superheroes have sidekicks for a reason. All right, now finally, number 6 is to mind your mental health. Physical health is important, but so is mental and emotional health. If you practice mindfulness, journaling your thoughts, things like that, engage in activities that help you to relax and recharge, your mind deserves as much love and care as your body. Remember that you're deserving of the same care and attention that you give to others. Embrace the power of that self-care and make it a priority in your journey. By taking care of yourself, you're not just ensuring that you have the energy and the health to take care of your family and your business, but you're also setting that powerful example for your family, for those children. In the game of life, self-care often gets benched. It is essential to remember to make self-care your star player. Just like a scorching hot baseball field, we need to stay alert about our well-being. So step up to the plate. Make self-care a priority today. Your health, your happiness, your success, they all depend on it. Now it's your time to make self-care your home run strategy. I know, all the baseball, it's just on my mind. Rock with me anyway. If you do want to dive more into self-care, the topic of self-care, and to continue the learning, you can take a look at this playlist here.